You are now listening to The Spearsy Spin with your host, Mike Spears.
Hi folks, and welcome to The Spearsy Spin. Today we want to talk about gangs in America, because gangs in America are becoming a huge problem. We're talking specifically about one that is notorious for how brutal they are. They, of course, are MS-13, because they basically, besides torturing people, have an extremely high murder rate, a little bit higher, actually, than other gangs, if whoever thought you would have to relate those two, but there is. And we know now that about 60% of these gangs have illegal immigrants in there. Now, last year, 2 girls, 15 and 16, were killed just outside of New York City by the MS-13 group. Apparently, one of the girls had a problem with one of the members of the group, so they decided to kill her, and her girlfriend just happened to be with her at the time. And we're going to have a little bit more of that with a clip from Fox News with Bill O'Reilly. So they also apparently enjoy killing people for no reason. So another reason to have vetting is so that illegal aliens aren't coming into this country to join gangs and to do harm. Now, one of the biggest problems with illegal aliens is that if they can't get a job, or they don't want to get a job, or if they're running from the police, these gangs become extremely viable for them, because it provides them a home, it provides them food, camaraderie, as well as there's safety in numbers. We have a few pieces from a clip from Fox News with Bill O'Reilly. Give a listen.
Dr. Follow-up segment tonight, illegal alien criminals all over the USA. A violent Salvadoran gang called MS-13 is causing trouble.
4 members of the MS-13 gang, who went by the names Funny, Blasty, Flash, and Turkey, were charged in connection to the September slayings of Nisa Mickens and Kayla Cuevas. 2 teens found beaten to death in a Brentwood neighborhood. A total of 13 MS-13 gang members. According to officials, 10 of the 13 members indicted are here illegally.
With us now here in New York, Timothy Sini, Police Commissioner of Suffolk County. So this is a federal beef. You worked with the feds on this case?
Absolutely. That's the way you bring these gangs down.
And this is why when these folks are being arrested for all these different crimes, they need immediately to be taken to ICE so they can be further processed and vetted and hopefully charged with a crime, and not just sent back to wherever so that they can illegally re-enter again. They're killing people.
You collaborate with your federal law enforcement partners. You know, the work happens on the street, of course. Our officers are out there working hard, keeping pressure on
So you get the call
members.
that these 2 young girls are murdered, right?
That's right.
So your guys go out and investigate, and what did you find out?
We found out that MS-13 was responsible, and they went out hunting for a victim.
Did they know these girls?
They knew Kayla Cuevas. That's
All right, because these are young girls. I mean,
right.
these are what?
15 and 16.
15 and 16.
So now you have 2 girls, 15 and 16, killed at the hands of this illegal gang. Well, all gangs pretty much are illegal, but 10 of these were from another country, and they were here illegally. The big thing is prostitution, drugs, human trafficking, and they tend just to rob people.
So they wanted to kill the girls for any reason?
There's a schoolyard beef that was going on between Kayla and these savages, and they decided that she had to die.
And this other girl was with her, so she died as well.
Wrong place, wrong time.
Can you imagine a police officer coming to your house to tell you that your daughter was murdered by a gang that was from another country, that was here illegally? And when you ask, well, why would they murder my daughter? And all I can say is, wrong place, wrong time. And that's not the police's fault. That's the criminal's fault.
Now, so you're not a sanctuary county, and you don't, if you see somebody in the country illegally, you don't automatically give them a pass, right?
That's right. So when we arrest someone and they're here illegally, we notify the Department of Homeland Security, and they'll take whatever action they deem appropriate.
Right away. Does it matter if it's a DUI or a homicide?
Upon arrest.
Back after these messages.
Hi folks. Times we live in today are scary. Religious freedoms under fire. Racial divide never more evident. Political powers fighting. Foreign countries looking to exploit our country. News media reporting unfair on issues. Folks searching out the truth. I listen to the news, then I listen to the Spearsy Spin. Mike Spears has experience, education, determination, and grit to get what's going on in our country. Listen to Mike Monday through Friday. I'll listen. Hope you'll be listening too.
I know you're watching, so pay attention. You hate my freedom, my religion, and my country. You hate me for speaking my mind. You try to control me with violence and intimidation. You think you can muzzle me with fear? Don't ever confuse me for my politicians or my media. I am an American, free-born and free-bred, and I will call you out for who you are. An Islamic extremist who would kill me for my beliefs. You don't intimidate me. My freedom is more powerful than anything you can possibly do, and I will never, never surrender my rights to your terror. I will say what I think, worship according to my beliefs, and raise my children how I see fit. And I defend it all with the Second Amendment to the Constitution of the United States. I cower to no one, because I am the National Rifle Association of America, and I am freedom's safest place.
Let's take a look at the Salvadoran gang. When were you first aware that they showed up in Suffolk County, again the suburbs, and what do they do?
Well, we've had a presence of MS-13 in Suffolk County for many, many years, but we did see an uptick in recent years, 2014, 2015, and in 2016. And why this gang is so dangerous, unlike some of the other gangs who sell drugs for money and they engage in extortion and then use violence to protect that economic activity, this gang engages in violence for sport.
Which means that they will either jump you, rob you, or kill you just for something to do.
So they're particularly dangerous, and they engage in just brutal levels of violence. And we need to do everything we can to get them off our streets.
All right, 14 were indicted, 10 are illegal aliens.
Going back to President Trump's ban for just a minute, doesn't this make sense? I mean, we have 2 young girls dead at the hands of illegal immigrants that were gang members. What were their lives worth?
How many MS-13s are there in Suffolk County? You have an estimate?
Yeah, there's approximately 300. And
300?
Yes.
And how many of they are illegal aliens, you know?
It's, we don't have the exact numbers on that. We obviously collect as much intelligence as possible. What we're finding is that a lot of folks are illegally entering the southern border.
A lot of folks are illegally entering the southern border, the exact border that we want to put a wall up. Why is this so hard for the liberal left and some other people not to understand?
But there's a base of 300 El Salvadoran gangsters. Those gangsters are going to join their pals, right?
There's no doubt.
It's a magnet.
Yeah, MS-13 recruits folks who recently immigrated to this country, whether legally or illegally,
right.
And we have to make sure that we put them
All right. All right, Commissioner, we'll keep us posted about what happens, and we appreciate you coming in.
And that's just one gang that they're talking about. Can you imagine how many other folks from who knows how many different countries have already come over the line, so to speak, and are here in the country illegally? And what else can they do but to join gangs and do whatever? And that puts not only us as civilians in danger, but what about our police officer? We'd really like to know what you think of this show or any other show, so go to the SpearsySpin.blogspot.com and let us know what you think. Thanks for being with us today, folks.